1. I'm back with part 3 and the final of the making of this Butterick 5618 ladies jacket. This is view A that I've been working on. Part 1 and 2 videos were done earlier, and this is the final. So far we have done the upper pockets, the lower pockets, the front and the back, the facing turned inside. I've worked on the tabs and the sleeve, and so now we're going to finish up the hem of the sleeve, attach the sleeve at the shoulders and the underarm, and do the general finishing and hemming of the jacket. So that's what we'll be working on, and you'll see the final jacket at the end of the video. Okay, I'm going to stitch along here, sleeve hem. About 1/4 inch. Okay, so we are still on the wrong side. I've stitched 1/4 inch along the fold, the edge, the lower edge of the fold. Alright, so I've stitched all the way around, and now we're going to turn to the right side. We're just going to fold that up, and so on the right side you'll have this tuck. Okay, so we're going to fold that up and press it up towards the top. So let me show you with the other one. Here you go. This is the right side. And it's not pressed yet, but we're going to press that up neatly, forming the tuck all the way around. And here is where the tab was affixed to the middle, so you can see we'll be bringing the tab up like that, and give it a tack, smoothing that out. It's not gonna have a crushed effect, so it will be smooth out, and we'll give it a tack right there once it's pressed up. Okay, so that is the side of the sleeve. Alright, we're at a little tricky part now. Okay, so here's the body of the jacket, right? On the wrong side. Alright, here's the facing. It's on the wrong side. And we have the armhole here. Okay, so this is the front facing us. Now we have to find the sleeve that matches the front and the back exactly, and the sleeve has to be on the right side so that when we drop it into the hole. The right sides are matching, okay? But first I have to look for the notches. Double notches, that's the back. Single notch is the front. So this is the wrong one, because this is not the right one to drop in here, because this is the back. Alright, let's get the other one. The other one on the right side. Let's double check again. We have the single notch here to the front and the double notch to the back. So this is the right one. We are going to drop it into the armhole. Right sides matching, seams matching as well, and pin all the way around. Okay, remember also, should point out to you again that we did some ease stitching around the cap of the sleeve, so there are some loose threads hanging here and here. That's gonna help me to ease this cap into the shoulder when I pin it all the way around. So I'm gonna spend some time pinning all of that, and then I'll show you. Alright, this took quite a lot of pinning. Here's the armhole. Okay, so you pin by that seam, match the seams together, and then you pin by the notches. So that's the front notch and the back notch. So I have quite a lot of pins in between to make sure I go around smoothly by the curve. Then I went all the way up to where the threads are to start easing the cap of the shoulder, the sleeve there. Now that's the tricky part, because I have quite a bit of ease there. But you pin in such a way that although it looks like quite a lot bunch up here, when you're actually going to stitch along the seam line, you're going to have a smooth path going around the curve, right? So that's why it takes a little bit of time to do the pinning of this. I have a lot of ease because I don't know if I mentioned it's a plus size pattern that I'm doing. And for me, sometimes I think I grade it in between sizes, so I may have a lot more ease than you might have when you're doing it. So here we go. I also like to pin around the seams crossway like that. There are a lot of persons who stick the pins in that way. I find that I work better with it going around the seam, so I can see whether it's neatly done when I stitch, and that there will be no bunching up around the seam line. There was a mark here to actually get it centered at the top of the shoulder seam. Okay, so that's it. I'll stitch that all around and show you how the sleeve turns out when I flip it to the right side. So the sleeve is done. We stitched from the underarm seam 5/8 of an inch in all the way around, and then we went back 1/4 inch from that seam and stitch on the seam allowance here, another line all the way around, and then trim. So trim as close as you can to the second inside line of the stitching. So this is the sleeve. Let's turn it out to see what it looks like from the right side. Where's the shoulders? Okay, here we go. Yes, look at that. Just need to press that all the way around. It's a little catch here. You can just adjust that. You try to get it as smooth as you can all the way around to the back. It's good. All right, and under the arm, let's see how that turned out. Oh, that turned out great. See, it's lined up and everything, and it's smooth right around that curve. Okay, so sleeve is in, all stitched in to the shoulder. I'll do the next one and move on. So we're moving on to hemming the jacket now. So I've actually pinned where the hem should be in preparation to stop stitch the hem. But let me just show you what to do at the openings where the facings are. I pressed it so the lines are there with a double fold. This is actually the edge of the hem. So what you have to do is turn the facing inside out, back to the right side. Turn it back on itself to the right side, and then we'll stitch right along where the edge of the hem is going to be, right along there. And then once we stitch that, we'll trim it so that we'll be able to turn it inside out, back, right on the edge of the hem like that. And then I'll continue from there and top stitch the entire hem all the way around that I've pinned all the way around. Okay, so now we have the finish that we want. All right, the facing is incorporated into the hem. Turn it inside out. All right, so stitch and trimmed. Turn it inside out. It's incorporated into the hem. So now it's time to just top stitch the hem all the way around, and it makes it a little bit more neater to have the facing into the hem like that. It'll look much smoother when it is pressed. Okay, so I'll be hemming and I'll be top stitching pretty much the same treatment like the pockets with the coordinated thread and the red thread, and I'll be doing that for the hem all the way around the sides of the jacket and the neck edge, and then we'll be finished.